And I'm going to share screen. Welcome, everybody. It's great to have you here today. I am super excited because I get to show you and talk to you and ask you questions about LinkedIn. And LinkedIn has been a strong point for the last 14 years. Boy, time
Wow.
goes fast. So LinkedIn here. Let's see. Can you see LinkedIn?
Yep, see a sync.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. I'm just looking through my my notifications here. So something that's been really strong on my mind is the fact that you need to be at 500 plus connections so that people, that's all they can see. If you're there on the free, hi Kim, welcome. If you're using the free platform with LinkedIn, that's all you can see is the 500 plus, or if it's less than 500, you can see how many connections somebody has on LinkedIn. So that's been really weighing on me a lot because I haven't really stressed how important it is to build our networks and get more and more connections on LinkedIn. And so it's taken me 14 years to get to 23,000 connections and followers, right? And it's our limit is 30,000 actual connections, right? We can have I've got a little over 18,000 actual connections, but when you count all the followers, I've got over 23,000. So at 18,000 actual connections, I've got a long ways to go before I'm going to hit 30, right?
Sure.
So here's the thing. I was looking at some of the people's profiles that are in our community with the legacy builders. And like there's so many of them that are under 100 connections. And it's not really enough connections to have that credibility that we need on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's about being professional. And everybody on LinkedIn is there to do business, but they're more professional the way that they look at doing business, right? So I want to really work hard today on making sure that everybody understands how to get connections on LinkedIn. And there are 3 ways that I keep telling everybody how to get connections. You can go right into your network where it says My Network and scroll down. You can tell I've been inviting people to connect with me. Every time I go in there, there's somebody that's waiting for me to accept their connection request. But look at here. You just go into your network and scroll down, and you have all these people that are being suggested to you by LinkedIn based on what's in your profile, right? But the thing is, you have to make sure that the people that you're connecting to fit the algorithm you're looking for. I look for people that are in network marketing or home-based business, or they're entrepreneurs, or like this guy here, and right here beside the second one, David Pilatus, I guess is how you say his name. It says open to work here. And these are great ones to click on because a lot of them are open to doing something on the side, right? Or working from home. So I'm going to invite him to connect with me. And when you do these here, you don't add anything else. You just can click on them and the invitation goes out to them automatically. And I usually do about 5 on here. Now, if you've been fairly active and on LinkedIn every day for the last little while, you can get away with starting to invite 5 people in this section. And this is when you click on anything that says connect or the little blue men in the groups, those little blue men are icons that the search engines on LinkedIn follow, right? They can tell exactly when you've invited somebody to connect with you. So I'll tell you that you can invite safely, you can invite usually about 5 people at a time before you get that little pop-up message. And I challenge you to even try it. And if you don't get that little pop-up message that says you've reached your limit for the day or for the week or for the month, keep on inviting people like this. Keep on inviting them until you get that little pop-up message. And as soon as you get that pop-up message, then you stop inviting these people, because this is not flying under the radar. I want you to realize that it's not going to kill you. They're not going to send you to LinkedIn jail. They'll just send you that little pop-up message, and you have to make sure you follow what it tells you. Now I've got a message in the middle of my screen that says low system resources may affect your audio. Can you hear me okay, guys?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. I'll click X out of that. So then you want to just work through and find people that would be fitting your perfect customer, right? So my perfect customer is someone like me. I'm a boomer. I'm retired. I'm looking for a way to boost our pension because I want to be able to go visit we've got 17 grandbabies. And some of them we haven't been able to visit for a long time. And I've been boosting my pension. But here's what's happening in Canada. People in Canada that are on pensions are really small, and our rent is higher than our pensions are for most people. And if you don't have a lot of savings put aside, you need to boost your pension. And when we were actually both laid off our jobs in our early 60s, and we thought we were okay, but we had less than 100K socked away. And that didn't last us very long with both of us out of work. And so then when you're paying rent, it eats away whatever you've got saved really fast. So we started looking for ways that we could supplement our pensions. What can we do? How can we be able to survive here? And there was no way we could go visit any of our grandbabies. They were too far away. We had to hop on a plane. And that's not a negative. I'm not telling you that because I don't want to make everybody feel oh, woe is me, that negative kind of thinking. But that was just the fact of the matter. Hopping in a car is just not optional for us to drive and visit our family. It takes several days to drive to visit family, whichever way we go in Canada. And the closest people, I guess, would be the people that are in Vancouver area, because that was the area where we left from. And so we've got people within a couple hours drive, if we lived out there still, that we could go and visit grandbabies. But I don't want to dwell on that. Just give you the idea that that's who our perfect customer is. It's other people who are looking to have time to be able to be with their family and travel and visit their loved ones. And maybe hop on the plane and travel and visit some nice hot place where you can soak your feet in the white sands on the beach. And that warm sand, boy, when we went to Barbados, that was awesome. I'll always remember first time I walked on the beach and my feet were in that white sand, that beautiful white sand. And it was so warm on my feet. It was awesome. But it didn't last long enough. I could have stayed. Actually, we looked for buying a house there to see if we could find a house while we were there because it was so great. But when they opened the airplane doors, because they had to park out on the tarmac and they had to back up a set of stairs to the airplane, and they opened up that door, and as soon as they opened up that door, the heat, it was like, and the humidity was huge. It hit you like a ton of bricks, like you could cut it with a knife. But once you got in it and were there in that high humidity for a while, you acclimatized. And it was probably the most wonderful travel experience we've had so far in our lives. So we're talking about building our network. So we want to get to 500 plus. And you want to work through all these people just really quickly, work through them, glance through them, and see what ones can fit with so here's something, pipeline marketing, but there's no headshot. I really don't like to connect with people that have no headshot. No headshot, no background banner, no, not very much of a headline. Those are three key things that I look for. And if there's one of those missing or two of those missing, I usually don't connect with those people.
What were the three again? Headshot and
Headshot, background banner, and
background
headline.
headline. Okay.
That description that comes right below the name.
Okay.
Yeah. Headshot is huge. To me, if they don't have a headshot up there, or if they have a logo on there, or if it's a picture of a fancy car, or a picture of a waterfall, or a picture of a husband and wife, I will connect with a picture of a husband and wife. But then I'll have a conversation with them about the fact that you need to know whose profile you're looking at, right?
Yeah.
If you've got a picture of two people up there, who is it you're looking at? So here's another one, somebody who's hiring and she's a marketing manager. I would look into her profile more and right click on her name and check her out, because she might be a good person to add to my network. So you want to make sure that you are checking out all these people on a regular basis. Every day you check through them, because LinkedIn shows you to different people. And especially they show you to more different people if you're also endorsing people, right? So if you don't have surveys that you're using, don't worry about it. You can go in and endorse people and leave them a message and say, hey, I endorsed you for a couple of great skills. I would love it if you could reciprocate, right? And what those skills are is they are like keywords, and the search engines will look for other people with those same keywords, right? So they'll end up showing you to more people. Because whoever it is that has noise in the background, could you please mute? Thank you. So go through, and don't go through the follow ones. You don't want to invite people to follow you. You want to invite people to actually connect with you. And this goes down quite a long ways. There's a lot of people that you can find just going through this. And I usually quickly go through this every day just to make sure I do a clean sweep. And then I go into my search bar and I put in people. Whoop, that's purple. Let's see what it does. Oh, look at that. It still brought people and all the selection up. So you click on the people and you're going to click on second or third level connections. So you start with the second level. And you go into the locations. Now, I like the fact that you can choose different locations. So haven't had a lot of people from the United States connect with me yet on the Legacy project. So I'm just going to tick off the United States. And I can click show results. Don't want to do anything. You can go into all filters and look at some of the things that you have to connect there. You can add locations as well. Let's see, current company, don't want to go there. Connections of, let's see. See if there's any that show up that, oh, I want English. And then there's service categories, and you can add a service category, or you can go back here into the industry and you can add network marketing. And show results. Okay, there we go. We've got a whole bunch of people on this list. So you can they'll tell you what they want you to do. Either they want you to follow them, or you can connect with them. So let's just see. Salesperson at Sam's Club. Well, this might be a really good one. So we'll click on connect. Send without note or send with note. I always like to add a note. And I'm going to pull up have I got my blurbs up here? Yeah, I do. I'm going to go all the way there down at the bottom of my document here. There's my messages to connect. And the reason I've got so many different ones is because you don't want LinkedIn search engines to think that you're a bot. LinkedIn is totally against bots. And if they suspect that you're a bot, they will freeze your account. You'll end up in LinkedIn jail. So I'll use message number 1 for a few times, maybe 3 to 5 times. Then I'll use message number 2, and then I'll say, and just a few at a time until LinkedIn tells me that I've reached my limit, right? And once LinkedIn tells me I've reached my limit, then I'm going to stop. So going back into my LinkedIn here, paste and send. So it can be really fast. Once you have them all copied, have a list of connection requests copied down, it goes really fast. Add a note, paste, send. Next one. Now these are already selected, right? Because we chose what categories we wanted to have our people in. Paste and send. So that's 3. So let's see. Sorry, invitation not sent to Rob. Please try again. Now there are some people who have, you can go into your back office, so to speak, under settings and privacy, and you can set your profile up so that you can't accept connections, right? So that anybody asks you to connect with them, you'll get that message that just popped up for me. They weren't able to send the message to them. And that's okay. I just won't try and send message to him again. So I'm going to go back into my Word document and I'm going to pick up another message. So I'm not going to do that one. That was with the network marketing. I hope you'll accept this invitation to connect. Okay, and I'm going to copy. So now I'm going to do some more. And I'm going to keep on doing this until I get that message from LinkedIn that tells me I've sent out my limit for the day. So there's another one. Add a note. Oh, they want me to reactivate premium. So when you get that message, that's also a sign that you've reached your limit. I'm not going to reactivate premium because I want to keep my profile on the free profile so that you guys can see exactly what you can do with the free. You can do a lot of stuff with the free. So now yes, do you have a question?
Sorry. Where do you store the messages? You had number 1, number 2.
These are in my document that I've put together, and I've accumulated blurbs that I've used over the
Okay.
last
So you
14
have
years.
someplace like a Word doc or someplace outside of
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
yeah, and I just know what document it is. So I've got messages in here for wishing people a happy birthday. And if you're wishing somebody a happy birthday, that means you're already connected to them because you won't see their birthday if you're not connected to them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go into the groups now. So we've exhausted the ones that are counted on LinkedIn. So we're going to go into the groups and let's see, back into LinkedIn here. And so see the little 9 dots, I call that my crosshatch for business. You click on that and get into your groups. Click on your groups. So you need to join groups, and you need to be in 20 to 25 groups. You can join up to 100 groups on LinkedIn, but I strongly don't advise you to do that because I did it and you just cannot. That's too many. That's too many to monitor.
Yeah.
And the idea of being in these groups is to use them for inventory, right? So you're looking for groups that have 3,000 or more people in them. None of this small group business. So let's see, what do we got on the top here? We've got the direct selling professionals. I was already in there today, so I'm going to go down to one of the other ones here. MLM pros, let's do that one. And then you click on the show all and you go in and you start searching, and you start with AA and everything should be changing. There it goes. It's changed. So we look, and so it's going to take us a bit of time now because we have to look at their headline a lot more closely, because these people, even though they might be in the network marketing group, what I've discovered is you find a lot of the people that are in digital marketing, like they're people that want to do the work for you. They want to do all your posting for you and all that kind of thing.
Mm.
So you'll find people like that in here. So
Yeah.
we are your solution. Ask us how we can 10 times your, 200 times your company. So this guy sounds like he's one of those, right? And he's second level connection. So I'm opening up a new window here. We have to quickly check and see. So he's open to work as well. I never noticed that over on the other one. So I think I'm going to invite him to connect, but I'm going to close his profile because I opened his profile under the wire. In other words, I did the right connect, click on his name. So I'm going to click on message here. And I'm going to just Control V, paste it in. And I'll just let that go. Now when you're using these, even though you're using these blurbs that you've got saved, you still only want to use them a few times, because LinkedIn does monitor some of the keywords in your messages. So I don't know why it is that they allow you to invite people to connect with them, and LinkedIn can't tell. And this has been for the last 14 years. I've been able to invite more people through the groups than I can anywhere else. So that one's invited. So I'll close that down. So see, there's a little blue man. Do not click on that, because as soon as you click on that little blue man, the search engines will be alerted right away that an invitation to connect has been sent, right?
Yep.
So let's go to this next one. This is another second level connection. Let's double check here. Blogger surviving global recession. I don't think he's a writer and a blogger. Oh, maybe I'll check him and see. Go to his profile. And another thing you can do, I'll show you this in just a minute. Remind me, I want to do endorsements. I wrote it down so I remember here. So this guy's in California. He's got his MBA, open to connections, quantitative easing, Federal Reserve met this week. $6 billion into the, I think this guy's involved somehow with the Bitcoin system. I avoid them like the plague. Sorry, guys, but every single one I have been in has been alive for maybe 1 to 2 years, and then one day you go to try and log into your account and it is gone. You can't get in. So none of them are really stable yet. Aaron Knight Connections, security guard at Andrews International. He's a security guard, so he might be a good person to invite. So let's click on message and we'll just paste that in. You don't need to put their name on there. As long as you put your name on it, then he knows who it's coming from, right? And click send. So that's my second one. Now don't click on the little blue man. And Raymond Aaron, New York Times bestselling author. I know him. I don't think he'll be a good one. Amira Marshall, your turnkey to wellness. Doesn't have a headshot, just has a logo on there. Scott Aaron. I've sent him a connection request yet today already. So Aaron West, controller, commissions and financial processes. But he's in the network marketing, right? This is a network marketing platform. So let's see. So he could be that I could connect with. I'm not going to click connect. I'm going to just read a little bit more about him. Commissions director, trained in network marketing, 20 plus years of commissions experience. Okay, he's going to be a good guy. So I'm going to close his profile down so I don't accidentally click something that I shouldn't. That was Aaron. And I'm going to put my third message in here and click send. So remember, I'm changing messages every 3 messages. I'm changing them up. This is another Aaron, executive director, digital innovation web, blockchain. Blockchain. As soon as they say blockchain, I'm out of there. Aaron Natal. It's just that I don't want to waste any more money with them because I've lost investments, right? CEO of Quick Fast Trash Outs. No, that doesn't sound good. Chief Executive Officer at Next Step India. Aaron Bailey, Success Coach. Now this might be a good one. So even though it might be network marketing or MLM, they might have that going for themselves, but you'll find coaches and people who are social media marketers in these, lurking around in these for clients, right?
Chair millionaire.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's a really good network marketing prospect. So I'm going to close his profile down and go in and send him a message. I'm going to go and get another message. And you just keep rotating through these messages. That's why I've got 5 or 6 different ones. I'll use the number 2 one with him because he's with network marketing. You know that Control V just automatically pastes it in, right?
Yep.
Let's see, AAG. Okay, so there's not really a name there. I don't think I'm going to even try that one. If there's little clues, like the name doesn't make sense, they don't have a headshot or they don't have a headline, that's, to me, they're hiding from me. They're hiding something from me, right? And that's not, you have to be a little bit more open with people if you want to build relationships online and if you want people to trust you. Why he's got AAG there, I have no idea. As a family man and entrepreneur, oh, and he's got open to work as well. So we're going to click right on off the bat. We'll click on him. Here we go. This isn't the first message I've sent to him. And Aaron Newby, each day new affiliate marketers are marketing money online. Uh-oh, making money online, not marketing. Okay, he's okay. So we'll do another one. Aaron Anderson, he's a 2nd level fly fishing guide. Let's better check and see. He's from Utah. Went to Utah Valley University. See more. Okay, I believe that anything is possible. I'm the person to help you make your hopes and dreams become a reality. I think this is a good one to add. Okay, I'm going to X out of his profile and I'm going to click on message, Control B. Ta-da. So that's number 2 for that. Or is that number 3? Doesn't matter. It can be 3 or 4. I'll do one more. Airto. Future won't get any better unless you change it. Okay, this looks like a good one. So I'm going to click on message. Control V. There we go. So we've got quite a few messages we've sent out already. You notice that?
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah, and it doesn't take more than just a few minutes. And like I've mentioned before, I've gone up to 110 invites just to see how far I could get through the groups. 110 invites through the groups. And we only did about 5 or 6 with the ones that were not flying under the radar, the first 2 examples I showed you. And then I got that pop-up because it was wanting me to join premium. And so that, to me, that's because I used to be in premium. You might get that message as well. So in order to invite more people under or in the radar, we have to be on a premium program. But the premium programs, if you just want to be on the basic business premium program, in Canadian dollars, it's just over $95 a month. So it's really not, unless you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars or many thousands of dollars, it's not really practical. So I'm just going to do one more blurb. And so I love do number 4. And I use separate search engines for different things. So my LinkedIn stuff is all done on the Microsoft search engine. And the reason I do that, I don't want them all to be on the same search engine because I don't want people, it's too easy for people to just get into one search engine and get all your stuff, right? Get access. But even then, I have everything set to double opt-in. So people can't opt into my LinkedIn account. They can't opt into my banking or any of that kind of stuff. So let's see, technology life cycle. Sean Carter, President, CEO of New England Automated Clearing House. I think I won't go there. Technology life cycle services and support, channel partnerships. Aaron Aker, let's just double check him a little bit more. Maintenance services, so it looks like it's a janitorial service of some sort in Dallas, Fort Worth. Professional relationship developer, trainer, program builder, sales generator, with an entrepreneurial spirit. Awesome. He's going to be a good guy. I'm going to invite him. And send him a message. Here we go. So I've done probably close to 10 now. 3, 6. Yeah, I've done over 10, counting the ones that I did in the radar and under the radar. So are there any questions about inviting people to connect with you now?
Christina, I'm wondering, how long should I wait to get a response from John at LinkedIn about me not being able to get logged in on my laptop before I recontact him?
How long has it been since you sent a question out?
A week.
A week? I would send him just a short, hi, John, I haven't heard back from you. I hate to be a pest, but I'm really concerned about my LinkedIn. And I would really appreciate some help with my idea.
Because I've even tried using a different browser.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know, and you've done the clearing your cache thing. So
Yeah, I turned off
yeah.
my two-party verification thing.
Yeah. Tell him all the things you've done. Did you do that in your email that you sent before?
I'd have to go back and look at it. I don't remember. I think I did
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, and I would go back and review and make sure that you know, so that you can go back to him again and just say, hey, I hate to bother you, but I want to fly. I want to fly on the terms of use and make sure that I'm acting like I should be acting with LinkedIn. And, and that let them know again that you're new. I'm very new here, and I would really like to learn how to use LinkedIn to build a professional network. Does that make sense? Okay, any other questions before I move on to the next? So I'm going to go to the top of my profile page here. That little me button gets you to the top of your profile page and view profile. So I've got way more followers than I thought. So you see, I've got over 18,000 actual connections, right? But it only shows 500 plus on here. So that anybody who's looking at my profile will see the 500 plus. But I've got over 20,000 followers. Ooh, I didn't realize I had that many. So both of these give you credibility when you're wanting to build relationships with people online. And the fact that you have a professional headshot on there and a professional background banner. And then when you talk about what you do on your headline, it should reach out to people and talk to them to their pain points, right? I help people launch an online business and learn how to make 30K in 90 days. And you have to make sure that you put learn how in when you're making money claims, you learn how to make this much money. So that doesn't say that you're going to make it for sure, right?
No guarantees.
It's
Yeah.
part of the FTC. I think it's the FTC in the United States. I don't know what it's called in Canada, but I think if you follow that rules in the FTC in the US, you're going to be safe in pretty much any country around the world. Okay, let's go down a little bit further here. So your about page needs to speak to them as well. And you can always go check out my profile, guys, and read through my profile and just see how I've responded and how I've set up different things. And I don't mind you copying what I've got, but put it into ChatGPT so that ChatGPT rewrites it to suit you and your perfect customer. So I'm going to show you where the skills are. So you scroll down till you find these are all TikTok, guys. These are TikTok videos. I'm connected up with repurpose.io, and I've got it set to let's see the times, 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon, and 3 p.m. Repurpose will send a video out to my stories on YouTube, my Pinterest, my X, and my LinkedIn. And because I did it on TikTok, it also is on TikTok, right? But Repurpose doesn't have to send it out. And it saves me so much time because I've been in this business now for 18 months, and it's got all, if you go for the last, let's see, I didn't do the first 3 months. I didn't do 3 videos a day because I was just learning everything. So if you just take the last 15 months and multiply all the days and times each day by 3, I've literally got hundreds of videos. So on days that I might get really busy, I always have a bunch of extra ones saved in my drafts. I think I've got something like 12 sitting in my drafts right now. So pretty much every day I make a few extra videos and I just save them in my drafts. So, well, I'm actually getting ready to go down to visit one of my sons, our second oldest son, and his oldest daughter is graduating with her bachelor's degree. And so I'm flying down there on the 3rd, and I'm going to be down there for 10 days. I don't fly back till the 13th of May.
Hmm.
So I'm stocking up videos in my drafts so that I can have videos to just send out periodically through the day, because I'm going to be with family, right? And I
Yep.
want to spend as much time as I can with them.
Sure.
And so here's the thing too about repurpose. If I run out of videos, repurpose is still going to go into all my older videos that I've done on TikTok and send them out as well.
Oh, wow.
But I was looking on TikTok, or not TikTok, on LinkedIn today, and I saw that it was 2,497 impressions have been made with my videos or my posts on LinkedIn in the last week.
Wow.
Yeah. So just about every day I go in there and there's people who have put ready in the comments. So
Nice.
it's starting, not starting, but it's doing really well. And I find that I'm getting more actually with the videos than I am with my actual posts. So I haven't been doing any posts for about a month now of what I have been doing, because I teach people to go in and do a search. If you don't have any videos done and you're having a hard time getting your head around doing videos, this worked for me. And when I first got started with this business, it helped me. People were still clicking on my posts, right? So I've had people from South Africa, West Africa, East Africa, Australia, the UK, the US, and Canada, several people in Canada. So I'm not at 100K in my sales, but I have been boosting my pension, guys. Most everybody buys the 900. I've had maybe 3 people buy the 100. So
You mentioned they're clicking on your videos more than your posts. What are you calling posts? What you post on LinkedIn or?
on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's my specialty, and
Okay, so
that's
you're
my
talking
strongest
all
suit.
about LinkedIn.
So this is all on LinkedIn. Most of the people
Okay.
that have bought from me have come through LinkedIn.
Okay.
They've either clicked on one of my posts, which is either a video or a famous quote that I have repurposed somehow. So
Yeah.
if you want, do you want to see how to do the free famous quotes with pictures?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to open up a new window. I don't know if you're able to see this. Ooh, you might be able to see this.
Christine, have you noticed any better response when you put certain hashtags on your posts?
I rotate my hashtags, and I've got a bunch of hashtags that I've been using over the years, but especially in the last year, I keep changing up at least one or two hashtags every week to a different hashtag, and I've been getting about the same results. So I haven't noticed whether my hashtags have been increasing it or anything, or that it's going down. But that is really good to keep watching that. Watch your hashtags. Okay, so I'm going to put in my search bar, free famous quotes with pictures. Can you see those guys? Can you see the famous quotes showing up? It says images for free famous quotes. Can you see it? Okay, good. So you can choose any of these famous quotes, whichever ones you want. And I just click on them, but here's one here that says, I never lose, I either win or learn. And that's a good one to use. It applies to pretty much any kind of a business. And so I right click on it and then I save it. Actually, I'm going to just click on it right right here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, now you can, when you click on it and make it get big, then you right click and you can save image as. So you save image as, and I've got a file that I've set up. So I'm going to go down to my Dropbox. And then I'm going to scroll down all to my Marketing Mentors files. I've got everything double set. They're squashed away. They're saved in a certain way so that people can't hack me, hopefully. Now I'm going to go to the legacy program. And now I'm going to go to pictures and gifts here. There we go. There's my pictures and gifts. So I've got months here, right? So we're in April. So I'll open up April and I'm going to put the date. So the date today is the 21st. So I'm going to put April 21st. And that's all I'm going to put on there. I'm going to click save. So it looks like it's saved. And then you click this little arrow on the right side of the picture. It takes you to another one. A question sometimes drives hazy. This one really doesn't make sense, so I'm not going to use that one. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. I like this. This is a nice quote. So I'm going to save this one. And I'm going to save image as, because it's already in, I'm already in there. Once you get in there, your computer keeps you in there. So I'm going to do April. The next one will be April 22nd, right? So that way I'm going to save it in here. And you just work through the pictures. Oh, I like the ones from Steve Jobs. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know what you truly want to become. I like that one. That's great. So I'm going to right click and I'll save this again. Save image as. And it's going to be on April 22nd. Save that. And you can just go, so what I do is I go through and I'll do it either at the end of the month for the following month, or I'll do it at the beginning of the month if I didn't get to it. I usually take a Saturday afternoon and I'll take a couple of hours of a day of a Saturday afternoon, and I'll just save one for every day for the upcoming month, right? And then that way I've got them all saved in there. And once you've got them saved and you want to go and do a post, this is how I would take them and do posts with them. I'll tell you, there's some people in our organization that I've taught this technique to, and Paul Hamill is one. He is doing an awesome job with his posts. Have you seen his posts, you guys? Oh, he's doing a great job. So you can take and create your own using these quotes, create your own with Canva. And then what happens is you can put your own website at the bottom. And as long as it's on, it's not live where people can click and go to a website, but it just is shown on there. People can copy that website and paste it into a new search bar. And it tends to fly under the radar of the LinkedIn search engines. So I could put my marketingmentors.com right here, right at the bottom, and it wouldn't bother. I wouldn't get squealed on by the search engines. I'm trying to think of what a term to use. So does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Okay,
so then you
take one of these a day.
No, I say I do one a day, right? For each day of the month, right? But then I'll do different searches for different themes. So this I didn't do much of a theme here. So I will go and do another search. And so this would be and that's a good point. Thanks, Terry, for bringing this up. Because you need to have 3 posts a day, right? And if you're not doing video, because one of the posts or 2 of the posts they can be videos or they can be these famous quotes with pictures, right? As long as you've got 3 posts a day. And so you can do a mixture. I've done a mixture of them as well. So on the 21st of April, you would do another search. So maybe you want to have a bunch of success videos, not videos, success quotes, right? And then you could say 1 for each day of the month. That's why you want to put aside a couple of hours. So you do 1 for each day of the month, the first one, and then the second for each day of the month might be Snoopy quotes, famous Snoopy quotes. And I find those are quite popular. People like the Snoopy quotes. And so I'll put April 21st A and then April 21st B. So there's the first one has no letter beside it. The second 2 have letters beside them. So those are the 3 quotes that are going to be going out, or 3 posts that are going to be going out through all my social media. Yes.
Christine, are you saying to post these on LinkedIn or on TikTok or everywhere? Because
Everywhere.
I don't see posts like this on TikTok. Like of just an image like Steve Jobs and a quote. I never see that.
Oh yeah, not on TikTok. And that's a really good point. I never post any of these on TikTok because TikTok only wants you to post video. They don't want you to post stale pictures.
Right, but you had said someone was doing this. Are they doing it on their LinkedIn or are
They're
they
doing
doing
it on LinkedIn. They're doing it on LinkedIn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about posting 3 times a day, which is the TikTok strategy. But this is
It's not just the
post
TikTok.
3, are you saying post 3 times a day on LinkedIn also?
Yeah. We need to be posting 3 times a day on all our social media platforms. So on TikTok, it has to be video.
Yeah.
They don't like you to post pictures on there.
Yeah.
But on all the other ones like Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram and X and YouTube, if you do the videos, you do the shorts, you post it in the shorts. And LinkedIn, you have to have at least 3 posts a day going out, 3 to 5. That's what I've been taught. Yes, Kurt.
Oh, I was going to say, my coach says Instagram 5 times. You
Oh,
post
that's cool.
stories or whatever. And
Yeah.
then Mike from the mastermind used to say you could post 1 video a week when you get good at it on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, you
It
don't
may
have to
take
do
a while
as
to get
often.
to that point. You probably don't want to do that right away. You probably want to post more, but he said eventually you can post just 1 video a week on YouTube.
That's awesome. That's great. Right now my YouTube and everything is, I don't have Facebook and Instagram, guys. And I think you guys know my story. I was hacked, so I have not redone that. But I'm getting a great response without Facebook and Instagram because they were never my biggest strength in the first place.
Mhm.
I don't get anything from Instagram. It doesn't grow.
Yeah.
It doesn't grow. And I use repurpose.io. It takes my content from TikTok, puts it over there, and I don't know what the secret sauce is for Instagram, but it's definitely different from TikTok because
Yeah.
I get interaction
feel-
with TikTok, I get comments, but nothing on Instagram.
I feel that way about TikTok. I mean, I get other marketers that will comment and support me videos, but I can't get engagement on my lives. I'm not getting hardly any, readies or comments on my posts on TikTok. I'm about ready to say I'm going to try LinkedIn,
Oh,
So
are you doing lives, you guys?
I don't
I
have
went
enough
live for a little
followers
bit
yet.
today, and I was
Oh,
on.
okay.
Like
I
I'm
can hardly
waiting to
go
get
half
to
an
enough.
hour, and I get no engagement. It just dies. It's like I don't know what I'm doing. I've tried
On your
different times.
TikTok lives?
Yeah, I've tried different times. So I don't know.
Oh,
I've got a different account and I'm wondering, I've shared this before. Like I don't want to confuse my audience, and this is where I get stuck with LinkedIn too, because I've got a whole resume of like professional experience. And am I supposed to let all that go? and say I'm a digital marketer and can help you launch this online business and then let everything else go. Like that's where I get really confused with LinkedIn
Right. I
because
hear you.
it's 30, I have 30 years as a teacher. I've shared that before, but
Yeah.
I'm not looking for teaching work. So
Yeah,
like,
I had to bite the
and I'm an
bullet too.
author and like all these things, but
Mm-hmm.
then how to say who I am now to attract the people that could potentially be the ones that buy this product. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do I call myself? I don't even.
One of the things you can do is you can start by setting up a company page. The company page is like on Facebook. You can set up business pages on Facebook.
But you still need your profile page.
Yeah. And you go in and you do a little bit of reshaping on your profile. And sure, your education is your education, right? And but you can go in and you can go into the description of your education and put some description in there that ties it into building income on the side. And you can say in your headline, or not your headline, in your about page, you can talk about your journey through life, right? And how you've, as a teacher, wanted to help people all your life and worked as a teacher, but now you're retired and you're looking forward to building a supplement to your future pension, or your pension if you're on pension, and
No, I'm
you're
not.
not teaching.
I'm teaching. I substitute teach. That's
Oh,
where I
okay.
am most of the time. I'm in the
Oh,
classroom
okay.
still.
Okay,
So
so
that's
you're
why,
still.
like, I don't have time to be posting here, there, and everywhere multiple times a day just because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I
So,
guess I can tweak my about page and share more about the journey.
mm-hmm.
But you're saying make a company page exclusively for this?
Yes, you make a company page because you can set them up for free. I've
Yeah.
got several company pages set up. I've got a couple of that sub company pages set up for clients
And
because
then
I
post
was
there
helping
instead of
them.
on my profile page? Is that what you're saying?
Pick the ones that you want to post on your profile page. You might have some odd ones on your profile page that you want to do.
Like
Um,
like mindset stuff, kind of
yeah,
general type
famous
stuff.
quotes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then always put a call to action. So I run those famous quotes through my chat GPT,
Mm-hmm.
and put a call to action in there. Hit a
Mm-hmm.
pain point, have the quote, hit a pain point, and let people know you have a solution, and let them know that you're not going to be a teacher forever, so you're preparing for your retirement.
Yeah, well, and the significance of the teaching too is that I see burnt out teachers every day and
Yeah.
that they're stressed. And so I want to, that's who I'm speaking to primarily
Yeah.
in my TikToks, because I'm often in the classroom at recess time,
Uh-huh.
and I'm filming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll film a quick minute video when the kids are out and stuff like that. So people
Yeah.
see me in this classroom environment.
Yeah.
And but I'm not looking for teaching work. So the environment and the experience and the lived experience with the overwhelm and overwork and underpay, like that's significant. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can't really talk about that on LinkedIn because, as you said, it's more professional, and I don't want to be saying like get out of the classroom. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels
Oh
like,
no, you could, I would do it.
oh yeah,
I would say, I taught school. I taught grade 3 and grade 8,
yeah.
but I don't think I even show it on there anymore
Well,
because
I have to because I've done it for
yeah.
so long that not saying it would take a lot of credibility away from me,
Mm-hmm.
sort of how I see it. Like, here's my resume, did this for years and years and years, and now I'm doing this because the dedication to that hasn't paid me well enough to live, abundantly into my future, like
Right.
as we talked
Mm-hmm.
about too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's
okay.
great.
So
That's
you're
great.
saying that my headline then,
Your
like,
headline and your about page need to change. You need to tweak them, and you can go in and tweak them by the month if you want, or every couple, 3 months,
Mhm.
just as you are growing, maybe take people on a journey with you
But
to
if the
retirement.
profile page is sort of to say, this is who I am in my story,
Yeah,
and then have a company page for legacy builders exclusively, or
right.
digital marketing, I guess,
Yeah,
digital marketing. Because
yeah.
I'd like to promote other things too, not just legacy builders.
Well, you can do a company page for each company that you're working with. So for instance,
Instead of mixing them?
no, I wouldn't mix them. I would keep them
Oh,
separate. So
okay.
for instance, I have still got a handful of network marketing things that I do, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have any of them on the same company page.
But are
And
they mentioned all on your profile
nope, I
page?
don't mention them. I don't mention them. But I could if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. You got to go to your, I've got to always have to move this black bar out of the way. And go to my LinkedIn page here. I'm going to show you where to go. You go.
Yeah, you showed that last week. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, just go
The
down to the very
builder.
bottom here and you can create your own company page.
Okay. So
Yeah.
is your legacy builder one then called legacy builder?
No. I've got my whole profile now set up. My profile is set up, so I'm not using my company pages as much as I was before
Oh, okay, I see.
because I'm not teaching anymore. I'm not working at a JOB anymore. So I've completely reshaped my profile so that my profile speaks about
Marketing.
marketing things. Yeah. And my background banner, it's multiple streams of passive and residual income right there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right. And I've got my website right up there as well, marketingmentress.com.
Is
And I
is
create,
that is that website your link to legacy builders?
yes,
Oh, it is. So it's not a
yeah,
separate website. Oh, okay.
no, yeah, it's my link to that.
So
And
mine's
so,
called freedom55era.com. So
that's
it's
awesome.
like it's about pursuing freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be like a way to shape my profile about like
Yeah, that's how I shaped mine. Mine is all about where I want to be, right?
yeah.
And so we're all on a voyage to somewhere,
Mm-hmm,
wherever our goal is that we want to be in our lives, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if yours is to get out of teaching altogether eventually and avoid burnout, say that. Say that somewhere. If in your headline you could talk about the fact that if you're trying to avoid burnout, because I see so many teachers who are at their limit, I have the solution for you. But you can write it more similar to what I've written it. You don't need to go right in there and say, I have a solution for you.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Christine,
Yeah.
what I like is you can schedule posts out so you don't have to try and
That's
enter
right.
each one individually every day.
That's right. So what I do, that's why I take a couple hours on a Saturday afternoon to get my posts all scheduled to go out if I'm doing the famous quotes. But now that I've been using system.io, or not system.io, repurpose.io,
Mhm.
um, I have found that it is so relieving because it's taken so much pressure off me having to do all the reposting, and it's less than, I think it's about around, in Canadian dollars, around $50 a month. It's not a lot. The repurpose.
Yeah, I signed up for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
But I haven't been doing anything to LinkedIn. I have to just revise my profile and everything
Mhm.
first. So it makes sense because people will be, what is she talking about?
Yeah. So let's go into LinkedIn here. I'm going to go to the home page. And you can, like what Terry was saying, if you want to start a post, you click on here and click start a post. And you blah, blah, blah. But see where this clock is down here? You can schedule for later. So you can schedule as much as 3 months out. So here's something that I do with my articles. I write a LinkedIn article every week on Tuesday, and I repurpose that article as a post in all of my company pages that I've joined, right? Or groups, pardon me, groups, not company pages, groups. I got too many things going through my head at the same time. I'm getting squirrely brain. So I have all these groups that I've joined. It's 20 to 25 groups I've got. And you want to post your article in each of the groups. And you can go in the groups. When you post in the groups, you're posting it for that day, right? Because I only post once a week in the groups. But if you're scheduling posts to go out, I have a little schedule that I've made for myself in a little notebook. And you just click for later. And you pick the date. Click on the date, and then it opens up. So say you want to post it on the 22nd, and you want it to go out at whatever time. You click the little clock here. And I want it to go out at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can choose 8 o'clock in the morning or 8:30. And then you click next. And now you have to fill out what you want to have in your post, right? But I'm not going to post something right now. Do you have any questions on that process? So that way you can pre-schedule. But one other thing I do with my articles is I post them in once a week when I do the fresh, brand new article, right? And get that published. But here's the thing. It goes out, maybe I publish it tomorrow, which is the 22nd of the month. But not everybody will maybe see it because of the time of day that I publish it or post it, right? Because I also post it in my main feed, like I just showed you, like here, right here. I will also post my article in my main feed. So it goes out in each of my groups as well as my main feed. So then I can go into the time here, the schedule, and I can choose a date for next month, May. And so I want it to go out on the 22nd of May. I can click the 22nd of May and say I want to choose a different time because I want to reach different audiences. So I'll go down to maybe 10 o'clock and have that scheduled to go out for the 22nd of May at 10 o'clock. So there's two things that happen. Everybody checks their social media at different times of day. So if I have a post go out at 8 o'clock and somebody doesn't check their social media until 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, they probably will never see my post because those feeds are moving. It's like they're living and breathing. So then I'll take that post and I'll put it in there one more time, or you can do 3 months in advance, right? So I can go in and I can schedule it to go out in June as well. And the people that were not connected to me in April will then have a chance to see that post in May or in June because you're joining new people. People are following you all the time. And you can do this on LinkedIn. You can do this on Facebook. You can do it on Pinterest. You can do it on X. I don't know if you can pre-schedule posts on YouTube. I haven't figured that one out yet. But this is fantastic. They're all getting the AI tools involved because this is all done through AI. So you can go out for 3 months. It looks like on LinkedIn, that's about as far. Oh, you can go out to that. There, it grays out in July. So we're in April. Yeah, 3 months out. That's as far as you can go. So did that make sense to you guys?
Yep.
Okay. So you only need to sit down once a month and just schedule a bunch of posts to go out. If you're using repurpose, then repurpose you can set that up so that it's automatically sends your TikTok videos out to all your other social media platforms. And I keep all my videos at a minute or less. I don't do any long videos. I used to do videos up to 3 to 5 minutes long. I found that I didn't get any responses from people very much at all. As soon as I cut it down to 1 minute and started putting a description in my TikToks, and I saved my TikToks without the watermark. Do you guys know how to do that?
You have to put it in Canva. I forget.
Yeah,
Mine didn't show watermark at all.
yeah, you've probably got it saved so that all your videos are being saved without a watermark.
Yeah, so it's in the settings, right?
Yeah, you go into settings and it says right in there, save without watermark.
Mm.
So another thing that I've really come to notice a lot, and we were taught this way back when I was with Amway, way back 30 years ago, and they said, women, watch your necklines. Oh, and I see so many women with a whole bunch of cleavage showing. And that is not good when you're trying to build a business.
Mm-mm.
It sends the wrong message to people.
Mm-hmm.
And guys,
It attracts the wrong people.
that's right. It does. It attracts the wrong people, sends the wrong message. And the
Yeah.
same with guys. Guys need to make sure that they have something that looks a little bit more professional, something with a bit of a collar on,
Mm-hmm.
like a polo shirt. What are those shirts called? They're t-shirt material, but they have a collar.
Yeah, like a golf shirt.
Yeah, those kinds of shirts.
Yeah.
Or a dress shirt. No tie, just leave the top button open.
No baseball caps.
Well,
Although Mike from Mastermind wears one all the time.
if you've got hair that's unruly,
But he's bald underneath.
Like this?
oh, the only time I wear a hat is I've got a few hats that I got at the dollar store that are for different occasions in the year. So I've got a green hat with a shamrock on it for, what's that day
St.
called?
Patty's.
St.
St.
Patrick's.
Patty's, yeah, St. Patty's Day. And I've got different hats for their little things with a little band that I can stick on my head just to give a little bit of variety.
Sure.
And so I think there's nothing wrong with wearing a baseball cap. Women wear them, men wear them. And sometimes I've seen some women have these beautiful big garden hats that they wear on their TikToks.
I used to have an Australian like cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I think it's largely like you're portraying who you are. Like I never wear baseball caps, so I would never put one on just for the sake of a video. Like it's just not. But there are people who are in, sport mode all the time, and they've got, all the tattoos and all the things, and that's who they are, and that's who they're going to call in.
That's right.
Like you call in the version of you before this, right?
Yes.
But you're still yourself. Like
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So there's one last thing. I just want to make sure I'm going to check here. I did the connections. And you know how to do endorsements now, do you? Do I need to run through that quickly?
I think I've done it before.
I've done it in the past.
But I find that, like, how can I endorse someone if I don't even know who they are?
So this is what you do. You go into your LinkedIn. Let's see, let's do Kurt. Okay. We're not connected, Kurt.
Oh
Look
no,
how
let's connect.
Look at that. There's a whole bunch of Kurt Boyles there.
See, and that Kurt, was that you that said senior technical writer? Was that
Yep.
you?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
so
need to
is that
change
who
that
you
to
want?
retired and
Have
or
you
digital
got,
marketer.
are those all your profiles?
No, they're not. Just the top one.
Okay, that's
I didn't know
really
there were that
interesting.
many Kurt Boyles in there. Geez.
Yeah, so you got to think about something you can do to make you different from those other guys.
Yeah.
So let's open up your
I'll
profile
put my
here.
middle initial maybe.
Okay, right off the bat.
You need a banner.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
need a banner. You got 120 characters you can use for your headline here.
All right.
And all you've got is senior technical writer. Are you working as a senior technical
No,
writer
see, I
anymore?
need to put retired and or digital marketer.
Yeah, and you might want to take the open to work out.
Yeah.
And then in your about page, let's see here. Yeah, it's all about your technical writing.
Yep. I need to change that.
Yeah. Okay, that's your challenge for next week.
Well, I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to work on it tonight.
Awesome, good for
I
you.
want to get on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I got to get something going with my business.
So you've got the 500 plus connections, but they're probably all to do with your technical work, right?
Yeah. And the groups
So-
I belong to too.
Yeah, so you can opt out of those groups. You won't be penalized.
Yeah. I
So
think I've got
Christine-
like about 2,200 connections, something like that.
Mhm.
But maybe Kurt, like, because he speaks the language of technical writers, wants to actually attract technical writers
Yeah,
into the
Yeah.
digital
maybe.
marketing. You know what I mean? Like,
Tech
so
writers could be looking for other opportunities too. I was.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. And they would look to you more readily than they would look to me,
There'd be a
right?
commonality.
And I'm thinking, keep my experience as a teacher like visible and clear and all that stuff, and also the connections I have with other teachers around the world, like they eventually want to leave the classroom.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that I should keep that identity very clear so that people who want to go and see themselves as teachers who are, looking for alternative opportunities,
yes. And
would
that's-
look to me more readily than they would look to Kurt, let's say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so something you could put in your background banner is you could have something that says, are you looking to change careers?
Yeah.
Are you looking to boost your income? Are you looking to travel more? Start hitting some
See-
points. You can put that in the background banner.
Sure.
Okay.
Did you use Canva or something for your background banner?
Yeah, you can use Canva for free.
Yeah.
I've actually got the paid platform for Canva,
Yeah, I've got Canva installed.
and I use it a lot.
I need to get better at it.
Yeah, I'm just
I
going
haven't
to
used it
quickly.
enough.
It took me a while to sort of get the hang of it. So
Yeah.
let's see if I can go to. I want to get my YouTube ping for that. I want to show you something here. If I can get it to YouTube to open up for me. There we go. There's me, my picture.
I use the YouTube thumbnail template for everything.
I do too. It works beautifully on all of LinkedIn. It works. Yeah, I use the thumbnail for pretty much everything.
But not for shorts, right?
No, I don't do it on my shorts.
You don't
I
need
don't-
a thumbnail for shorts.
No,
Yeah.
I don't put anything on there. Now,
And to be clear, like we can't post webinars on YouTube, right? Like, didn't YouTube get upset by that happening with everyone posting the same webinars?
yeah, we can't post those. No,
So that's no
We can
longer
post-
allowed. Those are only allowed to be shared
Used to be
through
able to,
emails,
right? But
right?
not now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, you can't do that anymore.
And there's just the one webinar that we're to share. through our emails, right? When people don't.
Yeah, that one link. So I'm
Yeah.
going to view my channel here. And so you see, I've got thumbnails. I'm going to show my videos here. And these are thumbnails. I've made these all with Canva. This one I've gotten a lot of accolades for how to build a business that runs itself. So I usually put my website somewhere on, and my logo somewhere on my thumbnail. They've all got my logo and my website. Pretty much most all of them have. The odd one I didn't put my website on, depending on what I was using it for, right? So there's that, and here's my shorts. Now, see, they're all from TikTok.
Yeah.
So I
See,
just,
I'm wondering about that too, because I have a YouTube that I have used for other things. So I'm wondering just about, because I know you can have categories inside of YouTube so that things are organized according to their
yeah,
theme. Because it would, like, I have to revamp my
yeah, that's your
feed as
playlists,
well.
right? So here's all my
Okay.
playlists. Here's all my
Yeah,
playlists.
playlists. That's right,
Yeah.
playlists.
So, yeah.
But you're allowed to have more than one YouTube, right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I
But
got
you
a
don't
couple. I
need
got
to.
two.
I find it very complicated when you have more than one profile. So the way that YouTube has things set up for you is that you can do it all on just one profile.
One channel. Yeah.
Yeah. You
It's
notice my
different.
colors? You notice my colors, how they're similar to the ones on LinkedIn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh,
I
So
try to keep
brand.
everything uniform.
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, I
Great.
guess with YouTube, it's like thinking of yourself as like a television network, sort of, that has multiple types of programs.
Well, it has
Right.
it says view your channels. That's one of the things you can click on. So you have channels. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to get that sorted too.
But what I discovered is I have YouTube on my phone and on my laptop, but they're not the same. I'll go into the one on the phone and I'll see different things than I will on the one on, it's weird, on my laptop. So I won't see the same videos always, it seems like, on my channels. It's kind of strange. They're not like synced or something.
Well, guys, I noticed we're way over time here.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Next week, what we're going to do, I want everybody to come prepared to share screens.
Okay.
And we're going to look at profiles and see how we can help each other with the profiles.
That'd be great. Hot seat.
That's LinkedIn only or LinkedIn?
We'll just do LinkedIn.
Okay. Okay.
That'd be great.
Awesome.
Okay,
You have a
thank
great
you.
rest of your week, guys. We'll be seeing you.
You too.
Thank you. Thanks,
Bye.
Christine.
Bye-bye.
Bye.